There's something magical about pickup trucks. They're the workhorses of America, the backbone of farms and construction sites, the vehicles that helped build this country one load at a time. Most of us know the big names, Ford F-150, Chevy Silverado, Dodge Ram. But hidden in the shadows of automotive history are trucks so rare, so unusual, so forgotten that even seasoned car enthusiasts have never laid eyes on them. These are the oddballs, the experiments, the limited editions that came and went like whispers in the wind. Some were ahead of their time, others were beautifully misguided dreams, and a few were simply too special for this world. Today we're looking at 27 of the rarest pickup trucks you've never seen. Machines that deserve to be remembered, stories that deserve to be told, and legends that slipped through the cracks of history. Number 27. 1957 International Harvester A120 Travelette, the first crew cab nobody remembers. Long before Ford and Chevy figured out that families might want 4 doors on their trucks, International Harvester was already there. The A120 Travelette rolled out in 1957 as the first factory-built crew cab pickup in America, offering seating for 6 people and a genuine truck bed. International Harvester was a farm equipment company that understood rural families needed one vehicle that could haul kids to school and hay bales to the barn. The Travelette was practical, tough, and brilliantly ahead of its time, but International never had the marketing muscle of the Detroit Giants. Today, finding an original Travelette is like finding a needle in a haystack. Most were worked to death on farms and never got the chance to become collectibles. Number 26. 1962 Dodge Swept-Line Utililine, the forgotten Style Wars casualty. In the early 60s, Dodge was fighting an uphill battle against Ford and Chevy, and they tried something bold with the Utililine. This particular variant featured a narrower cargo bed with bulging fenders to accommodate the rear wheels, giving it a distinctive look that made it stand out at the feed store. Dodge was experimenting with style at a time when most trucks were purely functional tools, and the Utililine represented that beautiful moment when form tried to meet function. But farmers and contractors didn't care about styling. They wanted wide, flat beds that could haul sheet metal and plywood without fussing over wheel wells. The Utililine disappeared quickly, and most were scrapped or modified beyond recognition, making survivors incredibly rare today. Number 25. 1970 Chevrolet CST-10, the luxury truck before luxury trucks existed. Before the modern luxury truck became a thing, Chevy tested the waters with the Custom Sport Truck, or CST. The 1970 CST-10 came with upgraded interior materials, more chrome trim, and comfort features that seemed almost silly on a work truck at the time. This was Chevy's way of asking whether Americans might want a truck that felt like a car inside, whether working men deserved a little luxury after a hard day. The answer eventually became a resounding yes, but in 1970, most buyers thought it was too fancy and too expensive for a vehicle meant to get dirty. Very few were produced in that first year, and even fewer survived the decades of hard work they were inevitably subjected to. Number 24. 1973 GMC Sprint SP, the El Camino's forgotten twin. Everyone remembers the Chevrolet El Camino, that car-truck hybrid that split the difference between a muscle car and a pickup. But GMC made their own version, called the Sprint. And in 1973, they offered a special SP package that almost nobody bought. The Sprint SP featured sport wheels, unique badging, and performance upgrades that made it a genuine muscle truck before that term really existed. GMC dealers didn't push it hard, customers didn't understand it, and it got lost between the car people who wanted a real muscle car and truck people who wanted a real truck. Production numbers were tiny, and today, finding a Sprint SP is like finding a 4-leaf clover in a football field. Number 23. 1980 Jeep Honcho, when Jeep tried to out-truck the truck makers. The Jeep pickup, also called the J Series, ran from 1963 to 1987, but the Honcho package from the late 70s and early 80s was something special. The 1980 Honcho came with bold graphics, upgraded suspension, and a sense of adventure that regular trucks couldn't match. Jeep was trying to prove they could build a real truck that was as capable off-road as their legendary CJ models, and the honcho delivered on that promise. But Jeep never had the truck credibility of Ford and Chevy, and buyers didn't trust them for serious work duties. The honcho became a victim of brand perception, fantastic trucks that simply wore the wrong badge, and today they're so rare that most people don't even know they existed. Number 22. 1986 Mazda B2000 Sundowner, Japan's Western fantasy. In the mid-80s, Mazda tried something wonderfully weird. They created a compact truck with a full Western theme package. The B2000 Sundowner featured special desert-inspired graphics, unique wheels, and an interior that looked like it was designed by someone who watched too many cowboy movies. This was Japan's interpretation of the American West, filtered through 80s design sensibilities, and it was gloriously odd. American buyers in 1986 didn't quite know what to make of a Japanese compact truck pretending to be a desert cowboy, and sales were predictably dismal. Today, finding a Sundowner in good condition is nearly impossible because most were driven into the ground as budget work trucks. Number 21. 1989 Mitsubishi Mighty Max Macacab, the name that couldn't save itself. Mitsubishi sold small trucks in America throughout the 80s, and the Mighty Max was their workhorse. In 1989, they introduced the Macacab, an extended cab version with fold-down rear seats and a name that sounded like it came from a marketing department trying too hard. The Macacab was actually a practical little truck, fuel-efficient and reliable, but Mitsubishi never could crack the American truck market. Americans wanted their trucks from Detroit or Japan's more established brands like Toyota and Nissan, and Mitsubishi remained the perpetual underdog. The Macacab was discontinued after minimal sales, and today these trucks are so forgotten that even Mitsubishi enthusiasts struggle to remember they existed. Number 20. 1991 Isuzu's Space Cab, when compact trucks got complicated. Isuzu's compact trucks were already fighting for attention in a crowded market, and the 1991 Space Cab didn't help matters with its confusing name. This was Isuzu's extended cab offering, featuring tiny jump seats behind the main seats and a sense that you were sitting in a very small spaceship. Isuzu trucks were reliable and efficient, but they suffered from a lack of dealer network and brand recognition in a market dominated by bigger names. The Space Cab variant was produced in particularly small numbers because most buyers went for the regular cab to maximize bed length. These trucks have virtually disappeared from American roads, victims of rust, hard work, and the simple fact that nobody thinks to preserve an Isuzu pickup. Number 19. 1993 Ford F-150 SVT Lightning, first generation. Too fast, too soon. Ford's special vehicle team created something wild in 1993, a street performance truck with a lowered suspension, sport tires, and a V8 engine tuned for speed instead of hauling. The first generation Lightning was Ford's answer to a question nobody was really asking yet. What if trucks could be sports cars? Only about 5,000 were built in 1993 before production paused, making it significantly rarer than the more famous second-generation Lightning that came later. These trucks were too radical for traditional truck buyers and too impractical for performance enthusiasts who wanted a real sports car. Many were wrecked, modified beyond recognition, or simply worn out from people treating them like the muscle trucks they were meant to be. Number 18. 1994 Chevrolet 454 SS, final year, the last hurrah of big block muscle. Chevy's 454 SS was a brief, beautiful experiment in putting massive V8 power into a regular pickup truck. The 1994 model year was the last for this muscle truck, and production numbers were tiny as the market shifted toward more practical concerns like fuel economy and emissions. The 454 SS featured a big block engine that drank fuel like a desperate man drinks water, but it made a glorious sound and delivered power that pinned you to the bench seat. Times were changing in 1994, and trucks that existed purely for performance were being squeezed out by practicality and regulations. Survivors are highly sought after by collectors, but many were beaten hard and retired to the crusher long ago. Number 17. 1996 GMC Sonoma GT, the compact sport truck nobody noticed. While everyone was paying attention to full-size performance trucks, GMC quietly released the Sonoma GT, a compact truck with sport suspension, aggressive styling, and a V6 engine that tried its best. The 1996 model year saw particularly low production numbers as GMC tested the waters for a smaller, more affordable performance truck. It was a smart idea. Not everyone could afford a full-size muscle truck, but the market wasn't ready for a small truck that prioritized performance over utility. The Sonoma GT lived in the shadow of its S10 Extreme cousin and GMC's own full-size trucks, never finding its audience. Today, these are genuinely rare because nobody thought to preserve them, and most were modified or scrapped after living hard-working lives. Number 16. 1999 Ford F-150 SVT Lightning, Super Cab, the family muscle truck that wasn't. The second-generation Lightning is famous, but very few people know Ford offered a Super Cab version in 1999. This extended cab Lightning was Ford's attempt to give performance truck enthusiasts more practicality, more seating, more space for real life. But Lightning buyers didn't want practicality. They wanted two-door attitude and maximum performance, and the Super Cab was heavier and slower. Ford quickly realized their mistake and made these for only one model year, producing a tiny fraction compared to regular cab versions. Finding a Super Cab Lightning today is like finding a unicorn at a horse show. Theoretically possible, but you'll probably never actually see one. Number 15. 2000 Dodge Dakota RT, the midsize muscle truck sweet spot. Dodge's Dakota RT was the Goldilocks of performance trucks, not too big, not too small, with a V8 engine that made all the right sounds. The year 2000 marked a special moment for these trucks as Dodge refined the formula before eventually discontinuing the performance variant. The Dakota RT offered genuine muscle truck performance in a more manageable size, perfect for people who wanted speed without needing a football field to park in. But mid-size trucks have always been the forgotten middle child of the truck world, overshadowed by compact and full-size options. Production numbers were modest, and time has not been kind to survivors. Most were driven hard, modified heavily, or simply worn out and discarded. Number 14. 2001 Nissan Frontier SC Supercharged, forced induction in a compact package. Nissan did something unusual in 2001. They offered a factory supercharged engine in their compact Frontier pickup. The SC supercharged model delivered performance that embarrassed larger trucks while returning decent fuel economy. And it proved that small trucks could be genuinely quick. This was Nissan's bid to compete with sport compact trucks from other manufacturers, but the timing was terrible as the market was shifting toward larger trucks. Americans were falling in love with full-size pickups, and compact trucks were becoming an afterthought. The supercharged Frontier was discontinued after a few years of slow sales, and today clean examples are incredibly hard to find because most were used as daily drivers and worked until they couldn't work anymore. Number 13. 2003 Ford F-150 SVT Lightning, the final year, the end of an era. The year 2003 marked the end of Ford's Lightning program, as emissions regulations and changing market priorities spelled doom for supercharged street trucks. Ford built these final Lightnings knowing they were the last of a breed, and enthusiasts bought what they could, but many regular customers still didn't understand the appeal. The 2003 Lightning was the most refined version Ford ever built, incorporating years of development and feedback into one final package. But the market was moving toward luxury trucks and practical family haulers, not pavement-scorching hot rods with truck beds. These final Lightnings are rare because production ended abruptly, and many have been modified or wrecked by owners who appreciated their performance a little too enthusiastically. Number 12. 2004 Dodge Ram SRT-10 Regular Cab, the Viper engine in a pickup bed. Dodge did something absolutely bonkers in 2004. They took the V10 engine from their Viper sports car and stuffed it into a regular cab Ram pickup. The result was a 500-horsepower monster truck that could outrun sports cars and genuinely terrify its driver on wet roads. The regular cab version was produced in tiny numbers compared to the later quad cab variant because buyers couldn't understand why they'd want a two-seater performance truck. It made no practical sense, it drank premium fuel by the barrel, and it was gloriously, wonderfully insane. These trucks are rare today because so few we built initially, and many have been crashed, modified, or hidden away in collections where they rarely see daylight. Number 11. 2005 Chevrolet SSR, Final Production, the retro roadster that confused everyone. The Chevrolet SSR, Super Sport Roadster, was a pickup truck that didn't want to be a pickup truck. It featured retro hot rod styling, a convertible top, and a small bed that couldn't haul much more than groceries. The 2005 models represented the final year of production, as Chevy finally admitted that nobody knew what to do with a $40,000 convertible truck. It was too expensive to be a practical truck, too impractical to be a legitimate sports car, and too weird to appeal to mainstream buyers. The SSR was a beautiful failure, a genuine attempt at something different that just didn't connect with customers. Today, they're rare and increasingly collectible, appreciated more now than when they were new, but still deeply confusing to anyone who thinks trucks should actually do truck things. Number 10. 2006 Ford F-150 FX4 Flare Side, the last of the step-side style. Ford's flare side bed, the modern interpretation of the classic step-side design with bulging rear fenders, died quietly in 2006. This particular configuration combined off-road capability with nostalgic styling, but the narrow bed couldn't compete with modern wide bed trucks for practical hauling. Ford offered it for years, but sales were always minimal as customers chose function over style. The 2006 models were the last ones built before Ford discontinued the flare side entirely, ending a styling tradition that stretched back decades. These trucks are rare today because so few were ordered originally, and those that exist often get overlooked by collectors who focus on performance variants instead of unusual styling packages. Number 8. 2008 Dodge Ram Mega Cab SRT-10, the most impractical practical truck ever. Imagine a truck with a massive interior, seating for 6, and a Viper V10 engine making 500 horsepower. That was the 2008 Ram Mega Cab SRT-10, and it made absolutely no sense while being absolutely wonderful. Dodge built fewer than 200 of these in 2008 as the SRT-10 program wound down, and they represented the ultimate expression of excess, a family truck that could outrun Corvettes. The Mega Cab was already rare, the SRT-10 was already rare, and combining them created something nearly extinct from birth. These trucks cost as much as a luxury car, drank fuel measured in gallons per mile instead of miles per gallon, and offered performance that no family hauler needed. Survivors are closely guarded by collectors who understand they own something truly unusual. Number 8. 2009 GMC Sierra Denali Hybrid, the luxury truck that tried to save the planet. In 2009, GMC experimented with a full-size luxury truck that used hybrid technology to improve fuel economy. The Sierra Denali Hybrid combined leather seats, premium features, and an electric motor with traditional V8 power, creating something the market wasn't ready for. Truck buyers in 2009 weren't interested in fuel savings, they wanted power and capability, and the word hybrid felt like a compromise. GMC produced these in tiny numbers, and most customers who wanted a Denali skipped the hybrid system entirely. Today, these trucks have virtually disappeared, casualties of a good idea introduced at the wrong time to the wrong audience, and survivors are oddities in a truck world that still prioritizes power over efficiency. Number 7. 2010 Ford Ranger Sport, the final performance compact from Ford. As Ford prepared to discontinue the Ranger in North America, they offered a sport package in 2010 that gave the aging compact truck one last moment of personality. The Ranger Sport featured unique wheels, suspension upgrades, and styling elements that reminded people this little truck could still be fun. But by 2010, Americans had fallen completely out of love with compact trucks, preferring full-size options that had become almost as fuel-efficient. Ford was already planning to end Ranger production in 2011, and the 2010 Sport package felt like a goodbye gift that almost nobody noticed. These trucks are rare because they were built during the Ranger's final years when sales had slowed to a trickle, and most examples were worked hard as basic transportation. Number 6. 2011 Ford Ranger, final U.S. production, the last of America's compact trucks. The 2011 model year marked the end of Ford Ranger production in the United States after nearly 3 decades of service. Ford built special editions and commemorative packages, but most Americans barely noticed as their focus had shifted entirely to larger trucks. The final Rangers rolled off American assembly lines while the model continued successfully in other global markets, proving the decision was more about profit margins than actual demand. These last-year Rangers aren't mechanically special, but they're historically significant as the end of an era when compact trucks roamed American roads. Finding a pristine final-year Ranger is surprisingly difficult because most were bought as work trucks and used accordingly, with little thought given to their place in automotive history. Number 5. 2013 Chevrolet Avalanche Black Diamond Edition, the end of the Midgate era. The Chevrolet Avalanche was always an oddball, a truck SUV hybrid with a removable midgate that could expand the bed into the cabin. The 2013 Black Diamond Edition marked the end of production for this unusual vehicle, and Chevy knew it, adding special badging and features to commemorate the occasion. The Avalanche never found a huge audience because it tried to be too many things at once, but owners loved the versatility and comfort. GM discontinued it as the market demanded more traditional trucks and SUVs, not weird hybrids that confused people. The Black Diamond Edition trucks are rare because Chevy only built them for that final model year, and they represent the last gasp of a genuinely unique approach to truck design that probably won't ever return. Number 4. 2014 Ram Dakota, Brazilian market, the compact truck America forgot. While Ram discontinued the Dakota in the US market, they continued producing a smaller, different Dakota for South America through 2014. This Brazilian market Dakota was based on a global platform and bore little resemblance to the American version, but it carried the name forward. Very few Americans even know this truck existed, let alone have seen one, making it genuinely rare in the context of US automotive history. These trucks were never officially imported, and the handful that might have made their way north are automotive unicorns. The Dakota name died twice, once in America when the mid-size truck market collapsed, and again in Brazil when global market forces ended production for good. Number 3. 2015 Chevrolet Colorado Z71 Trail Boss, the forgotten launch edition. When Chevy brought back the Colorado after a 4-year absence, they offered special launch editions, including the Z71 Trail Boss package. These early production trucks were built in limited numbers as Chevy gauged market interest in a new compact truck, and many features unique to 2015 models were changed or discontinued in later years. The Trail Boss represented Chevy's attempt to offer serious off-road capability in a mid-size package, competing directly with Toyota's dominant Tacoma. These 2015 models are historically significant as the trucks that proved Americans still wanted smaller options, but they're often overlooked by collectors who focus on more dramatic performance models. Finding an unmolested first-year Colorado is increasingly difficult, as most have accumulated hard miles and battle scars. Number 2. 2017 Nissan Titan King Cab, the configuration nobody ordered. Nissan's second-generation Titan struggled to compete with Detroit's full-size trucks, and the King Cab configuration was particularly unloved. The 2017 King Cab offered an extended cab layout in a market that overwhelmingly preferred crew cabs with 4 full doors. Nissan dealers barely stocked them, customers rarely requested them, and production numbers were microscopic compared to crew cab models. These trucks sit in a weird middle ground, too big to be truly compact, too small to compete with full-size crew cabs, and too forgotten to generate collector interest. Finding a King Cab Titan requires serious searching because they were rare when new and have only become more scarce as time passes and they get used up. Number 1. 2018 Chevrolet Colorado ZR2 Duramax Diesel, the off-road diesel dream. Chevrolet offered something special in 2018, their hardcore off-road ZR2 package combined with a Duramax diesel engine. This configuration gave buyers serious trail capability, excellent fuel economy, and low-end torque that made rock crawling feel effortless. But almost nobody ordered it because diesel engines commanded a premium price, and enthusiasts who wanted the ZR2 usually preferred the gasoline V6 for its power and simpler maintenance. Chevrolet discontinued the diesel option in the Colorado ZR2 after limited sales, making these trucks genuinely rare. These represent a high watermark for mid-sized truck capability and efficiency, combining everything an adventurous buyer could want in one package. Today, finding a ZR2 with the diesel engine is like finding a specific book in a library fire. Theoretically, some survived, but good luck actually locating one. 27 pickup trucks, 27 stories, 27 reminders that automotive history is filled with roads not taken and dreams that didn't quite pan out. These rare trucks represent the experiments, the limited editions, the special packages, and the forgotten variants that make collecting and remembering so rewarding. Some were ahead of their time, others were beautifully misguided, and a few were simply too special for the mass market to appreciate. But every single one deserves to be remembered, deserves to have its story told, because together they paint a picture of an industry constantly trying new things, taking chances, and occasionally creating something truly unique. If you've actually seen any of these rare trucks in person, drop a comment and tell us the story. We'd love to hear it. And if you enjoyed this journey through forgotten automotive history, hit that like button and subscribe so you don't miss our next trip down memory lane. Until next time, keep your eyes open. You never know when you might spot one of these legends hiding in plain sight.